Howdy, y'all. Brother D here again, talking about Uber. Just wanted to, this will be a quick one because I'm really late getting out on the road. I don't know why I got up so late. I was really sleeping. And I'm going to get out here and I'm going to be tired, But anyway, yesterday I did a $175 Uber trip. And I want you to put something in the comments section, whether you are a rental person or you are you're doing this part-time. I did a $175 Uber trip. And I looked at that. I said, oh, heck yeah. I don't care where this is going. I'm thinking it's probably leaving the state. Well, in the direction that we were going, the trip was going to one of my favorite cities in Pennsylvania, which is Altoona. And the Spanish dude that I picked up, when I looked at the price that they were going to pay me, I immediately I said, I looked over it real fast. It did not say that it was taking me to Altoona. It just told me, I forget what it said, but it did not tell me it was taking me to Altoona. It did not tell me that. It did not tell me that the trip was for Altoona. So I think we were out near Monessen or Newton or something like that. When I picked this guy up, and I looked at my gas and I'm thinking, oh man, I got less than half a tank there. I got a little bit less than half a tank, and almost a quarter a tank. And the trip was 100. When I got to the dude's place and I clicked on the trip, when I clicked on it, I says, where am I taking you? He didn't want to tell me. For some reason, he felt that wasn't none of my business. I'm thinking he don't know where I'm taking him because he don't know how to speak English. But I kept asking him, like, what neighborhood, what city am I taking you to? Because I'm trying to let him know. And he wouldn't tell me. He's like, I'm just going to drop my stuff off and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my God, you can't tell me? Okay. I said, all right, look, I'm going to have to stop and get gas. I'm going to try to, hopefully I got enough gas to get us there. But when we get there, I definitely got to get gas. I know that. And he was like, so we get there and I know there's a Gitgo because I know enough about Altoona. I know there's a Gitgo somewhere on Butler Plank Road, or not Butler Plank, but Pleasant Plank or Pleasant Road, Pleasant Valley or whatever. We were on Plank Road. That's the difference. We were on Plank Road. Pleasant Valley is the one with more stuff on it. Plank Road and Pleasant Valley run into each other, okay? I know there's a Gitgo on Pleasant Valley Road, but we were on Plank Road, which is also business. What I love about Altoona, you got business going this way. It's like here in Pittsburgh, we got Route 51. You got 4 of them crossing each other in Altoona. That's what I love about Altoona. Altoona is like the city of Blair County. Is it Blair County? I think it's Blair County. Blair or Montgomery. It's the city. Everybody, if they really want to shop, they're going to go to Altoona. Wherever you're at in the county, you're going to drive all the way to Altoona. Everything's out there. Walmart, Target. Probably the only Walmart and Target in that county. Yeah, all the other areas around it are little small towns, little classical cities. Altoona's a small town too, but it's loaded with business. It's like a little Pittsburgh, but it makes Pittsburgh look like trash. It makes Pittsburgh look like a ghetto. Altoona's being well taken care of. Let's put it like that. But anyway, I picked this guy up. He don't know where he's going. I didn't find out till I got out there. Till we got to Johnstown, and I realized, yeah, when we got on 22 and we're going east, I'm thinking, are we going to Altoona? When we got to Johnstown, I realized we're going to Altoona. Like, oh my God. I'm looking at the time that it's taking us to get there from Johnstown. I realized we're going to Altoona. There's no way out of it. So we go to Altoona, and I made no mistakes, not a single mistake except one. When I got him there, and this dude, he speaks English, but he don't communicate very well, And I'm telling him, if you see a gas station, you scream, because we get him there. I had to wait like 8 minutes for him to do his thing. He comes out, and I says, you know what, bro, I got to get gas. He says, oh, I understand, So we go, and I'm thinking I'm going to run into a Get-Go or a Sheetz. Well, they're on the other side of Plank Road. I'm going this way, and the Uber app expects me to make a left, so many thousands of feet once we go through the light. Well, I get into the right lane. I got to keep going because I got to find a gas station. I'm hoping there's one on Plank Road. So we go to this place called Martin's. I've never been there before. It's a small gas station, independent kind of business or whatever. We go in there. And usually I go to Get-Go or Sheetz because I can always go to the bathroom and take a leak. So what happened is, as soon as I pulled over into the gas station, Uber called my phone. And I've been warned about taking overtime to get a trip done. But to me, the guy reached his destination. He ain't doing nothing but going home. I need to get gas, or we'll be stranded on the road. And then, what's Uber going to say about that? Okay. So I go to this place called Martin's. I ain't seen none of them here in Pittsburgh, but there's one in Altoona. It's a small gas station, looks independent. I go there and I use my phone and that to get gas. They've been around for a while, obviously. But there's no Sheetz or no Kogos, and I'm looking around, and all that's in front of me is an Applebee's. So I run in there, and the lady was very, very nice. There was a lady in there that was a hostess waiting for people to come in, and the place was almost full with people. And I says, can I please use your restroom? She says, oh, sure. Go straight back and make a left. So I go back there, I use the restroom, I come out. I come running out there because I know that he's thinking like, okay, he was putting gas in the car. Where'd he go to, But I had to go to the restroom because if I don't, I have to stop again. So I put gas in the car and go to the restroom, and I get back on the road. And when I got in my car, I realized that Uber called me, and I pushed the button. And thank God I couldn't call that number back. And I tried to call the number back when I got home. And I'm thinking, I know Uber's going to rip me a new one when I get home. I'm going to come home, and they're going to be giving me a warning about me stopping at the gas station. And I would like to talk to that guy that called me because I want to let him know, look, dude, I had to get gas, and I had to use the restroom really bad, that trip was 111 minutes. My problem with the 175, that's a good price going to Altoona. But I had to take the guy back further. He went past, when I brought him home, matter of fact, I didn't bring him home. I dropped him off at a store. He was there, and it's like a bunch of Spanish people working in there or something. I dropped him off at a store out in Homestead. I took him all the way to Homestead. He went past. I was wondering, I'm thinking I'm taking him home. No, I'm taking him further out into the city of Pittsburgh, into one of the ghettos of Pittsburgh. I took him to Homestead. And he got out and went into a store that was there. That was his drop-off. And the way the guy was sleeping in my vehicle and snoring and all like that, I figured this guy, he's definitely going home. No, he wanted to get dropped off at the store. That was his last trip. And it was a double trip. It was, I had to take him down there, all the way down there, and then bring him back. I want to know what you guys think about that. $175 to go from Pittsburgh to Altoona. Now, from where we were at in out near Monessen, when I picked him up, we were somewhere between New Stanton and Monessen is where I picked him up at. It might have been definitely, 111 minutes, which is not like from my house right here. It takes about 2 hours and 31 minutes or something like that to go to Altoona. But from where we were at, it was like, it was 111 minutes. So that's about like an hour. That's about an hour and, that's about an hour and 30 minutes. Now, the young man going to tell me, oh, yeah, it's about an hour. No, it wasn't. 111 minutes ain't 1 hour. That's about an hour and 30 minutes or an hour and 31 minutes or something like that. And it was a beautiful ride, especially when we got outside of, of Pittsburgh and the rain. And then right around the time we got into Altoona, it started to rain. The ride back was really beautiful because, well, it was rough too, because rush hour really set in on the way back. I took him out there around 12-ish, 1-ish, somewhere between 12 and 1 to 1:30. I took him out there. When we got back here, it started to get dark. So I take that back. Yeah, I took him out. Yeah, I took him out there around 1-ish, sometime after 1 o'clock. I took him out there. And when we got back home, it started to hit like the 4 o'clock. It started getting late. It started hitting like 4 o'clock. And by the time I got home, got settled in, it was 5 o'clock. I actually did another trip when I got home. And then, there's things out there that just go on. And I just don't do nights. Like, I don't know. Nights really suck around here. Like, because, when the last time I was out in Altoona, just for the heck of it, I did night. I rode up until like 10 o'clock at night. Okay. And it was pitch black dark out there, but Altoona is not a douchey neighborhood. It's just not douchey. But, these people that want rides at night, they live in the douchiest neighborhoods where you're just driving in all these potholes and driving in, you're going over the curves and the streets are too short and tight and then, you got these streets where you got cars parked on both sides going both directions and people come and they don't know how to get over and then, they're passing you and your mirrors are like that, getting ready to hit each other. It's, oh my God, these douchey neighborhoods. But I want to know what you think about 175 to drive an hour and 31 minutes one way and about an hour and 50 minutes the other way. Was it worth $175 or should Uber have paid me more? I was fine going down there, especially when I realized I'm in Altoona. Oh yeah, I'll take $175 to go to Altoona. I'm hoping when I take this guy to the second stop, I ain't taking him back home. Sure enough, I wasn't just taking him back home. I was taking him about 30 minutes away from, going further into Pittsburgh, away from his home. But getting on from there, the other good news is I got an email from the actual Hertz company, the headquarters. And I'm not going to show you, but my receipt, I just copied it and sent it to them. They want to know, they're going to tell me what my dates are and why they haven't, they're going to tell me what my contract actually is. So like, talking about yesterday's video, I just sent them a copy of this, and they're going to get back to me today and let me know exactly what's going on with my Hertz contract. Okay. So, because I don't know when my pay dates are anymore. I don't know. I don't know. And again, if you know how to get customer service for the Uber Pro card, where I can get a live agent on the phone, also put that in the comment section as well. Nothing Uber communicates with you. This guy called me while I was in Altoona last night because he was concerned about the customer. He thought maybe I stole the customer or something. No, I need to stop and get gas. Okay? He called me. The customer's sitting inside the car listening to my phone ring. And I got nervous and I just hit the button, on my stereo in the car. And I'm thinking, what am I doing? I don't want the customer hearing, Uber chewing me out or, something like that. And thank God at that point, not only can you hear it, you got to read it, but the guy number went blank. And that's what Uber does now. Like, they'll call you, but you can't call them. And if they call you, it's quick, like a ghost. It's quick. And then you can't call them back. Okay? And so, Uber, and I've heard people talking online and other places locally. Uber will just fire you for, if Uber will not let you debate anything, they won't let you, explain. You get these guys on the phone and like, this is what I'll do. And they're doing nothing. And then they hang up and you try to call them back because they didn't call you back. Oh, you said you was going to do something. Oh, now that number is blank. That number, the number you were dialing is out of service. What do you mean? I just got done talking to the dude. This is what they do. It's really bad. I mean, I think Uber needs to chill with that. They need to talk to their customers, and they need to, have a customer service line. And, and I know a couple years ago, I remember a dude was taking me somewhere, and he picked me up. Uber called him on the phone. Uber called him on the phone. He was having a conversation with Uber because I guess he picked me up earlier than I was supposed to, and I guess they weren't able to track it or something. He picked me up earlier than he was supposed to, according to the time on my phone. And I was wondering, like, you're already here on my phone. It says I got 8 minutes yet, But he was outside, And so I says, I went up there and I asked him, who you picking up? And he mentioned my name. So next thing you know, we get in the car, and about a minute or two down the road, Uber calls him on the phone. And he was having a good conversation with Uber. Now, I don't know if back then he could have called them or what, but I know when I did Uber back in 23, I know that I called the Uber number. Something happened. I forget what it was. Something happened. I was out in East Pittsburgh, East McKeesport. Something happened. I forget what it was. I know what it was. I had to cancel a trip. Or a trip was canceled. Or, I think they sent me to an address, and that was not, they sent me to an address that was not the right address, so they had to cancel the trip. So I get Uber on the phone. I called the number and got him on the phone. And the guy had a talk with me, and he says, oh, it's probably okay. Don't worry about it. We sent somebody else to the right address. And I had to let them know I didn't go the wrong way. Y'all gave me the wrong address. Okay. There's nobody there. You know what I mean? According to the app, I'm at the right address and nobody's there. But you can let me know what you think. Put it in the comment section. This Hertz vehicle that I have just collects dirt. Is it just a winter thing, or does this car just collect dirt? It's like every day I gotta wash the car. Now, what I did the other day, it was really nice and warm outside when I got home. I went and got some hot water and threw all over the car and took an old rag and wiped it down. And it was looking good in the morning because there was no dew. But every little bit of moisture just sticks to this car. If it rains, if it's sprinkled for 2 seconds out of the whole day, it's gonna make my car look like mud. I mean, this car just collects dirt. It really does. And now I'm on my way to the car wash again. I get home, I washed it yesterday. Gave it a good washing. And now, here I gotta take it to the car wash again today. I'm getting tired of going to the car wash. I'm spending too much. I'm spending a lot of money on car washes. I mean, this car just collects dirt. It just does. Maybe that's a winter thing. Maybe that's because there's so much salt and stuff on the ground. And maybe in the summer when it rains, it won't, but. And it's not just me. I see a lot. And it's not cars. It's trucks and SUVs that are like collecting so much dirt. Like I had a car when I was on my way, when I was in Newstand yesterday, a big giant white truck pulled up to me on my right. It had it was brown. And it wasn't a business truck. It was somebody's personal truck. But that truck was brown. It wasn't white. It was brown. With all that mud on it. All that, So wherever he was driving the truck, I mean, it's I've had this problem with this car. Where I didn't drive nowhere. I just got out of the car wash and I get home and I'm like, what happened? It looks like it went through a mud fight. I was on the highway. I didn't go up no mud slopes. Why is this, It really looks bad when the car is white though. Like that truck, but. So here I am. I'm on the car. I'm gonna go to the car wash. This is really cutting into my time. I'm gonna go to the car wash. I gotta get something to eat, and then I'm gonna start my trips. I'm probably gonna ride out to New Kensington today since we're already in the afternoon. It's either going to be New Kensington or Washington, or the Lord is going to show me somewhere to go. But I'm gonna go wash the car, get something to eat, and then I'm going to, so that's that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by and visiting. I make these videos that you might leave a comment in the comment section. That's why I make these videos. I want to communicate with other Uber drivers. That's why I do these videos. I'm not here to tell the world I'm working for Uber or doing Uber. I'm here to get you to help me on this. Because when I did this back in 23, I had some problems. Matter of fact, and I did a video on it where I got canceled over identity theft. They thought that somebody had stole my identity because they were on my email that's connected to social media and they saw some woman's name on there and they thought she knew my Uber account and knew my Uber card account and all that kind of stuff. I said she has no access. She's probably just some girl trying to talk to me on Facebook or YouTube or something, and y'all just end up bumping into her. Okay? But they claimed that, oh, well, she's, I guess she did show up somewhere where was really personal for me. So, they were saying your identity has been stolen. Okay. Well, my money wasn't stolen. Okay. And I only seen this woman or girl or whoever she is. I only seen her email on my Uber account whenever Uber would send me an email or something like that. they bring up her name. I didn't go to YouTube and see her name. I didn't go to Facebook. Well, on Facebook I see a lot of girls' names, but you know, she was nowhere else but when it came to Uber stuff. And she wasn't on my card account, and she wasn't like, you know, but they were claiming that you got 2 accounts and one is in this woman's name. And I'm like, what? Okay. Now I still got 2 accounts. Which one I keep telling them don't use that account, which they finally stopped using it. Because it's the same account where this girl, where they found this girl. I said, don't use that account. It's tied to social media. My new email address, I use strictly for business. Don't go to that old email. And I'm trying to change the phone number too, because I have 2 phones. I have one for Uber, and then I have my old phone. I have my brand new phone. I use that for my Uber account, and I have my old phone. I use that for entertainment. 2 phones, this one and this one, you know. And this is a Rebel 5G. I only play music on here. I don't do nothing else. I play games on here, and I listen to music. That's it. Okay? But I can't use it for Uber, because when I use it for Uber, it has a habit of overheating or something. You know, I don't know what's up with that. It was doing this when it was brand new. Like when I first got this phone, it was overheating when I would use the driver apps on. Like, you know, it'll get you to your destination, and then when you get back in and you put the phone back on the holster again, it starts overheating and it starts messing with your location. Like my location kept going out, so I stopped doing that. Now I just about less than a month ago, one of my Uber clients told me that out where she lives, that happens to a lot of Uber drivers. Their phone will overheat when they go to pick her up. It has something she thinks it has something to do with the satellite service or something like that, you know, or cell phone towers or something. They pick her up, her phone overheats, like right in the middle of the trip. Oh, I'm sorry, my phone just went blank. It's overheating. The location's going. Ubers want me to turn my location back on. I keep trying to turn it back on. It won't come on, but you know, blah, 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 whatever. But if you've been through this, let me know. But I make these videos to communicate with other Uber drivers. That's what I make these videos for. I'm not here to brag about Uber and me working for Uber or doing, you know, being an Uber career person. I'm here to talk to other Uber drivers. So if you are an Uber driver, or if you are an Uber guy renting a Hertz or a Avis, talk to me. Talk to me. Don't just view and say, okay, whatever he's talking about. No, talk to me. I'm trying to communicate with other Uber drivers. That's my whole point here of doing these videos. So please put something in the comments section. Let me know where you stand. I'll see you soon with more. Thanks for stopping by. God bless you.